Welcome to Dice Revolution. After having been at work for the last week, my brain is mush. But
definitely not a DM that just said, "Oh shit, yeah, we're playing D&D" before the camera started.
No. I'm put together. I'm a well-adjusted, mentally healthy individual. Rain, don't look at me like that.
Here at Dice Revolution, we prioritize mental and physical health.
Anyhow,
you're feeling sad, gaslight yourself into feeling happy.
Exactly.
As Inside Out 2 recently said, don't be anxious.
Damn.
So true. Who's giving the board/video game recommendation today?
Today it is Hamish.
Oh, no.
Yippee! He's the last one on
I'm going to give you a
cycle.
secret hidden assignment. I want you to verbally list out every game that Stuart's going to list out for the next 5 weeks.
Understandable.
And I deserve it, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I'd been picked, they would have.
After what you did to me with the satisfactory call out.
That was kind of gross. I really didn't think that was the case. It's alright. There's one at the moment, but I think you're okay. You probably haven't seen it.
Okay, well, we'll get our little recommendation in place with Hamish. Let's just quickly blitz through a recap and then get to playing some actual fucking D&D. Because,
we did some fighting. The recap is we did fighting.
Yeah, that's the recap.
And that's it.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight.
Good night,
you want to get on with your recommendation, and then we'll say our goodnight Stuarts, and Stuart will leave us, and...
Do I have a goodnight Stuart on? I think I have my goodnight Stuart on.
Get your goodnight Stuarts on. That's our first bit of merch. Get your goodnight Stuarts on. It's just like one of those like big sleepy time robes.
You talk to people.
Okay.
Anyhow, the party descended into the depths of the incomplete sub-level 21 of the Ark to help clear out a group of aquatic creatures that were swarming the hummingbird vessel that you wish to pilot. You managed to dispatch of them, befriending one of them, a
Fred.
33.
Befriending.
Befriending was very good.
But yes,
it's a little bit good.
Its name was 33, and it escaped into the open ocean.
Escaped?
Was released?
Well, released out of captivity into the open ocean.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that I have a gun held to my...
Well, I almost shot it, so it did escape because it got away from me.
And we pick up, as I said, rather short recap after the fisticuffs of you having dealt with 19 out of 20 of these creatures and releasing one into the world.
We were also told that more were coming, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes, because we sent one off to get reinforcements.
Yes. But anyhow, we pick up right where we left off with the lot of you sort of in the midst of this, like in this open body of water with your various water-breathing spells or apparatus. Yavelda and Wormtongue had a lovely little heart-to-heart about Wormtongue's many inadequacies.
Many.
So many.
He's such an angry little man. He's such a bad person.
But we pick up today with the lot of you just on the precipice outside the threshold of the ship.
Does the ship look relatively stable where it is?
Yeah, it's sort of
like it's not like with the current.
No. It is settled down though. It is on a bit of an awkward angle.
And when we fired the nose beam,
it did sort of shift slightly.
Okay. How on earth did you get into this last time?
This time, as you sort of think that to yourselves, there is a moment of almost like an ear-popping sensation, ever so slightly, as this bubble of air extends around the ship, and you hear sort of like a very androgynous air bubble inflating.
Thank you.
Opening primary bay door.
Hey, I didn't get in this way last time. I had to like shift through the window.
And I presume as the bubble like encapsulates us, we go poof, down to the ground.
Yeah.
And the falls over.
Is this quite fancy?
You see that the front of the hummingbird sort of like extends downwards into like a ramp. It's and it has like sort of like a central like proper ramp to potentially drive up any sort of smaller vehicles that you want to bring with you, but then also like a set of stairs and ladders for anyone who wants to climb up that way. You can see that sort of stood at the topmost landing of this hummingbird vessel is this incredibly like grey-black metallic creature.
Oh god, it's not a fucking Taz.
No, this was
The sap bot.
yeah. It's a bot.
It's the opposite of a taskbar. It's not a taskbar, essentially.
Feel free to make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
I'm scrabbling for the harpoon gun that he dropped. You know this thing?
Yeah.
Is this?
This is Ferris Bueller.
I didn't bring them in with me.
I thought you said it was like a flea or something.
Oh no, this isn't Flea. Flea's the hermit crab.
How many things are there in this ship?
Just 2. And then it'll be us.
And you're pretty sure none of them want to kill us, right?
Yeah.
I have no hostile intent towards you yet.
You see you gotta go dunk,
It just said,
dunk up the ramp.
it just said yes.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Don't worry. We won't deal with anything yet.
What do you mean by yeah? We're friends.
Do you
What
intend
exactly can change those intentions?
If you try to bring harm to this ship, do you intend to bring harm to this ship?
No.
I think the ship saved us when we were swimming in the water.
The other creature was able to negotiate that I fire off one of my weapons.
Hooray!
It did seem very useful.
Hold on.
I gotta go thank Flea.
Your weapons.
Yes, I am one with the ship. I was briefly disconnected, but I believe, and sort of gestures. And you can see this is like a creature made of like ferrofluid, essentially.
Oh.
Why it's called Ferris Bueller?
I get it. When you said metallic, okay, so this is like a fucking Alien X oil thing. Got you.
And it points towards. But that one was able to reconnect me with the vessel. Though it is worth mentioning that many of my data banks are damaged. So my recollection of the last 15 years is quite lapsing.
But before that?
Better.
Interesting.
The majority of the damage was sustained to the most recent
Interesting.
memory modules, but there is some spread throughout.
I take it that us boarding this vessel, or perhaps taking control of it, does not warrant damage to the ship that would turn you hostile?
I believe that we have come to an agreement that you may use the services of the archivist vessel as long as it is in the best interest for the ship.
Archivist vessel, you say?
Yeah, it's number 45.
This is much more interesting than you led me to believe.
You haven't made it to the best part yet. Come
And
on.
I run back down, grab your arm, and start pulling you into the...
Yeah, one tongue is novel.
Would you like me to take your coat? Gestures to the diving suit.
It takes like 10 minutes for me to get out of this thing. You can't just take it.
It puts its hands on you, and you feel the sort of like suit become Ferris around you, and it just becomes absorbed in.
Oh, that is useful because they get like stuck to your skin, and it's really annoying sometimes to
Would you
pull
like
it
help
off.
with your coat?
Your road is already taken off itself, so.
One tongue is
Whoa!
fucking terrified. He
Nothing
thought he was
feels
just going to
better.
get pulled apart like an egg.
Nothing feels better than taking off an old Tammy Diamond suit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree.
Whew.
You see him just flipping his little necklace.
I
at the
believe
moment.
that one showed intent to pilot the vessel.
Oh, should we it's something we should start doing early. Should we hook it up to start charging? Isn't that what we wanted to do?
That would be
we did
advisable.
plan to
Get
do
the
that.
battery.
Yeah, Alba.
Can we get the battery that is in your...
No.
Oh,
I require one long rest.
I see.
Oh, you've been in there today already?
As a
Yeah,
treat.
I,
We store
so,
any
to get the
crab
diving
eaters.
suit and to put stuff in there.
we store any
To
of
take a
the
nap,
bag
I've had to
of
go
holding?
in.
No, we only have one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like,
because
quite
you
a
were
large
went
one.
in on the train.
You wouldn't go through the mouth
That's
of the
right.
bag of holding. It's like a proper like.
So,
capacity.
are we going to have to sleep in here?
Yes.
We're going to
I
have to
have-
spend the night in here.
I have fixed up your quarters, but I did not
Hooray!
expect this many people.
Yeah.
So
A lot of us can share spaces. We are good at...
I can keep fixing up the remaining quarters if you'd like.
I can also sleep underneath the table.
You need not do that. We have bedding for everyone here.
No.
Just it requires arranging and fixing up because
Sounds
in
like
the crash, sort of.
you wrote a crack the knuckles very loud. Just like, let me help.
Wonton's feeling a bit naked without the diving suit now. Can I just go over and like very carefully like touch the edge of this barrier, this bubble?
Yeah.
Why
it's
has
like,
he got his willy
it's
out?
like
It's just like
it's like putting your hand through like into a sink or whatever.
Yeah, into water, but except sideways.
exactly how stable is this projection of yours?
It can sustain a decent amount of damage before becoming unstable and letting water leak in, and then another modicum of damage before it gives out completely. There will be quite an audible warning, and you hear like a large blaring alarm go, "Water shell failing."
Wonton shits himself and rockets back towards
That
the
audio
ship.
will play when the water starts leaking in, and then you will
Was
hear,
that a drill?
"Water shell failed."
Is that a drill? Is this a drill?
This is.
Okay.
This is a drill.
Rhoda starts heading to the quarters to start cleaning up. Be like, I'm gonna help you.
Wonton scrambles up the ramp. And, like his coattails are wet. He is fucked. Fucking, let's just go. There's at least air on the inside of this, right?
Yeah.
That'll do.
We do have filtration systems for almost every substance, including removing the oxygen from water. And we are in a larger body of it.
Avra?
Hey.
You know the thing that you did to make everyone be able to breathe on with the water?
Yeah.
That is that only something you can do once in a day?
Mm.
Okay. So if this place, if that wears off and this place were to flood,
It does last for 24 hours.
Oh, 20. Oh, then we're fine. Because you basically make sure you're always within like drowning distance of Avra.
Please don't talk about this place flooding.
Well, no, but this is good because we have to make a plan for if that does happen. It will be safe because Avra can make it so that we do not drown even if there is water.
Wait, did you? Is that diving suit gone?
I can return it if you wish. Would you like it back?
No, I was just
We
checking.
don't need it back.
I don't know. I've never tried this magic
I was just breathing underwater. It was very pleasant.
You're
actually.
already magic. That doesn't count.
Well, I'm not magic, but the body that I'm in is magic, so I understand what you mean.
Okay, doggone.
Well, I want to retain some sense of self. I'm separating myself from the magic being.
I suppose we're not our bodies. But that being said,
I am literally my body.
You don't have to be.
please don't convince it to leave.
No, I mean, if you want, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, we should not be keeping, we shouldn't be keeping anyone where they don't want to be.
This thing maintaining the bubble. Let's just leave it as is.
We don't need the bubble.
Is
We have
anyone coming to see Flea?
Yeah,
yes, we should go meet Flea.
Quick question. Is there anywhere in this air bubble I can dissect this fish without invoking hostilities?
There is... To dissect the fish?
Dissect the fish.
As long as you're not harming the vessel, you can do it anywhere.
I don't think it will. I just might make a mess.
We have some mops in one of the cupboards.
Very good.
Oh, Ale, I have an idea.
Would you like to help me dissect the fish?
No, I mean, if you need my help, I can, but I want to meet Flea first, if that is possible.
It's a fun group project.
But I was thinking, like, we have the doors that we all came in, correct?
Yes.
If we make the door, like, close mostly, can we make it close mostly? Or is it, like, open or closed?
You can make it close partially, but the ship cannot take off without a full seal.
Oh, that's fine. But if we make it close mostly, and then because you're good at making things, crafting things, and creating things out of stuff, if you make, like, some sort of, like, fish trap thing where if they come, like, they might come through really quickly, and they'll go, oh, there's a hole there, and then they come through and they get sliced up as they come through. So it's like we can make a trap in case fish are coming for us, trying to kill us.
You know, I was actually having that idea before we jumped in the water in the first place, using the arms as bait, but you were all so dead set on going for a swim, it was hardly one to stop you.
It's also hard for us to auto-plan, but now we have time.
I have a question, if I may. Why not just close the doors entirely so that the fish...
Because then, once we need to get out of here, there will be, like, they will just bunch up, and then there will be a lot of them. But if every time one comes, it tries to get in and dies, then when we need to get out, there are not fish guarding the door.
How come none of them that were circling this before tried to get in?
I do not know. I do not speak fish.
But you observed them, right? They were a threat to the ship, weren't they?
Yes, but they kept a safe distance, and if they crossed that threshold... which one did try to and was immediately sort of reinforced with a new one. We did fire on that one.
You hear like
We did vaporize it.
you hear like slamming, crashing and stuff as your voter brings out a mop. She's like, I heard something about a mop.
How the fuck does a ship that can do this have one of them? I use those.
So do I. Here, you said you needed a mop, yeah?
Not yet, no.
Alright,
Thank
I'll
you,
keep
though.
it here. I have a question for everyone. Serious question.
Yes.
Alright, so we're planning to stay the night in here, right?
I think so.
And then, what after?
Then we get the battery out of your necklace. We charge this ship. Was there something else we needed to do here?
She's already gone.
Was there something else? Anyone around here that remembers? Was there something else we needed to do here?
I'm already gone.
I think we should. Am I talking in this room to myself?
I don't know.
Even Yvelda's gone.
Yoda's gone. Yoda took a big
Anyway, I think we put the battery on. We charge the ship. The ship
ship's already
then
gone.
gets fully in charge of Nevada. Where to go?
I'm flying away. Bye.
And then we
Enriya's
take
already
the
gone.
empty battery, and then we go out and we go out and recharge that battery somewhere else, and then we come back.
How many
with
batteries do we need again?
I don't know. I think we need to find that out by charging.
Didn't we say it was 2 for some reason?
I don't know. I don't
Oh.
remember.
Cause I'm just saying, like, go about the rest of our stuff. Are we bringing it in here?
I mean, you could leave. Oh well, we will be leaving and coming back, but I mean, you could leave some stuff here now.
There's things I can't leave behind. She looks really sad and mournful. She's like referring to the cat scratcher. So some things she just can't be left behind.
We'll be going back to the house before we leave, unless there is an emergency. I imagine.
Oh, we are?
I imagine so.
She like claps your back, but she accidentally does it too hard. And she's like, "Excellent, all right, that solves my problem. All right, I'm gonna go back to cleaning the quarters."
I think I left one of my Relio frog books on the table back home, so I'll let you go back and get
No, we have to go back.
This becomes a new quest. Recover Relio book.
one of my 36 or whatever.
Did you know that's the main storyline of
Saving
this
Private
campaign?
Relio.
Yeah.
We'll meet
It's,
him.
no,
We'll meet
this is
Relio
legitimately
himself
just
at
a
some
quest
point.
log.
We'll
You
be like,
found 7 out of 25 Relio books. It's just side quests.
backhand Tiamat.
Alrighty.
Be gone.
Flea!
Okay, I'm going down to meet Flea.
Can I hug you?
I'm picturing like Milo.
I'll re-describe the creature. This is like, sort of like, maybe about the size of this table. Sized almost like hermit crab-like creature with a large, like sort of bulbous head that's so ever so slightly bioluminescent. It's got like a bunch of tentacles, sort of,
Done.
Oh, this
Luminescent?
yeah.
genuinely might help me a lot. I'm not kidding. I was
So
just
good.
thinking like it's gonna be hard for me to imagine this creature.
And so there's like a whole bunch
When
of
you
people,
say a bunch,
like a lot, like 30 to 50.
Oh.
And one of
It
them's
doesn't
got
have
a
tentacles then.
one of them's got a little band around it.
Yeah, and then one of them's got like a little band around it. And a lot of these tentacles sort of like gently like oscillate, but then a lot of them fuse into the wiring and the electronics of the ship.
Oh, interesting.
It's okay, you can become detached.
I'm not saying that.
And you described it as a hermit crab-like creature, but does it have claws or no?
Yes, it does.
It does.
It's got
Where are the
band around
claws?
one.
2 on the front.
Oh, you did.
this
Yeah,
thing
so the
is-
tree from the front, and then coming out from the sides are all the tentacles.
This is like huge, isn't it? Then
Yeah, it is. It's like it's like a very big creature, and
Thank you.
it's grown since you've last seen it.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna love it. Thank you for making sure that they could send a little beam to help us out there. It was real crazy.
Negotiation.
Yeah.
I assume you've got tongues up, right?
Yeah. I still had it up from. I assume
from
it's not been an
33.
hour total.
Yeah,
So
yeah, from talking to 33.
yeah. So I'm just.
Yeah.
Everyone, this is Flea. Flea. This
You just
is
hear-
everyone.
I should do the
Hello,
bioluminescence as green.
I do not speak its mother tongue.
Yeah, neither do I, but I'm pretty good at understanding, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
a lot of friends.
This is the everyone that will be traveling with us when we leave.
I'm not there.
Oh, except for Yvelda. Yvelda, I think is Yvelda is very strong, and she's got a metal arm, and I think she's currently cleaning the quarters so that we can have a sleepover today. Yippee! Yippee! Yeah. Yeah, this is Flea. Flea used to live in space, and then Flea got stuck here. And so, whilst we're traveling, we'll have to maybe find Flea another home to stay in because, yeah.
That's a fucking monster.
No, it's a hermit crab.
What's wrong
It's
with...
a hermit crab from space.
That's a lot of tentacles.
You can high five it a lot.
Are you
yes.
sure that...
It's a crab. What's wrong with the ocean?
Because it's from space, and they don't breathe underwater. That's the problem.
Space?
Yeah, you're from space, right? Yeah.
Well.
Anton's still got
And
his
they
hand
said
in
yes
his
just
jacket.
now. Well, okay.
We
Yeah.
call it the sea.
Oh, they call it the sea, apparently.
That's our sea. We swim through it.
They swim through space.
Oh, can I try something? Can you get them to say something, anything, right? Just now, just
Say your favorite word.
Flea.
Okay, now can you get them to say it again?
Can you try it again?
Flea.
Does the sound the same to me?
Yeah.
They did two different sounds. Okay, so it sounds like a consistent language.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, cool. I was just seeing if it was like a language or if it was like they're making noises, but maybe they're talking telepathically or something.
Right.
I don't know. But
Can you understand my friends?
No.
Okay.
oh, okay.
I'd like to inch up and have a little look at where it's like fused with this ship, trying desperately to stay out of reach of the other tentacles.
I'm
Nathali,
Not
gonna go
that
around
possible.
and put socks on the end of...
Nathali, you see the one with the band on it? That's the Willifer part. It's got a piece of the Willifer.
In its broken tentacle.
It's not a broken
Is the
tentacle,
Willifer
it's
the
got like an
same as
armband.
The magic compass that you have? Or is
It's not the same, but the compass can
Helped you
point
find it.
at where the Willifer
I'm
pieces
going
are.
to put a sock on that one.
That one's stylish.
You
It's
hear your
fashion.
brother scream from somewhere else in the ship. My fucking cat! So I fucked up and forgot that it is keeping watch.
Huh?
You can bamf a toot to yourself.
Huh?
You can bamf a toot to yourself. Yeah.
He can come to me.
Yeah. He just be like, hey, he's here.
You say that, and then he just spawns, and you're like, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. Sorry, that was me freaking out about nothing. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sina, I cast Davio's diversity. Get them to say something now.
Say your second favorite word?
Jump.
Do I
Chump?
Jump.
do I hear it?
Does comprehend language allow you to
I can
understand?
understand a spoken language.
Yeah, you can.
I just can't speak the language, but I can understand it.
That's exciting.
That's really good.
My other friend can
What's they
understand.
saying?
They said that they can understand you, but they can't talk to you.
Why are they putting the tentacle up like that?
Because they're happy that they're able to understand what
He
she's
just, he
saying.
just puts a tentacle up towards you.
See, you don't need language sometimes to communicate.
That is true.
It's beautiful.
What's true?
As long as you're able to like put in the effort to try and understand, you don't need to have a spoken language to be able
He
to
just puts up a tentacle
communicate.
towards you as well.
Yeah.
He just puts up two tentacles.
Well, I don't know what to do now that maybe I can try to use Davio's brain to like look at the machinery and figure things out. I don't know.
Do you have to try and look at things that we have to try and pilot the ship with? Now that we're here.
I think we need to power the ship, but yeah, we have to rest first.
Oh, about Ferris. What do you know about Ferris?
Ferris was in a ball, and it was like a liquid.
Well, just what does Ferris look like, I guess.
Okay,
have a
someone else
mini.
has to draw now.
I have a mini, but I don't have it with me.
Just like, does Ferris look humanoid in
Ferris
shape?
looks like sort of like, yeah, Ferris looks vaguely humanoid. Let me see if I can find a photo.
Is it like the fucking
Stuart.
baddie
Stuart,
from
you
Raised
gotta
by
draw.
Wolves?
Draw Ferris for us.
Today, this is our art session.
There's the fucking... It's a little bit terrifying, actually.
I'll next week.
Yeah.
I'll bring the mini with me because I'm still like only half. Kinda.
Can I see the kind of? Okay. But they look robotic in nature.
There's no seams because it's just a liquid being sort of like held. There's no seams. There's just all, they're always in contact with the floor somewhere where there's these veins.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'll just go talk and spend time with Ferris, and I'm just gonna go down to where Ferris is.
Ferris is just kind of hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
There's like veins. There's like these like little, like you know, like almost like
tracks.
like in an airplane, how the aisles have like lighting.
Lights.
Yeah, there's like all that all across the ship, everywhere. Like veins of it running everywhere, and like Ferris is just sort of like connected to a point on that line at all times.
Ferris.
Yes.
So I don't know if you mind me asking this, but like what are you? Like I myself am an elf in a human's body. What do you define yourself as? Do you have a designation?
I am this ship's interface and primary flight assistant.
Are you powered by machinery?
In a sense, there is always a bit of reserve power to keep my function going.
Is there a way that I can like look at the things that make you up without hurting you in any way?
Well, that would be quite difficult. The actual chemical composition is a liquid form of iron.
I don't know what that means.
But
do you have like wires inside you?
No.
No wires. No wires. What would Davio do? Okay. May I touch you?
Sure.
Okay. I put my hand on Ferris and I go, you got this to cast Aisha's identification. Can I identify anything about?
Similar in many ways to almost how, I guess, sort of metaing. Similar in many ways to how Solomon's little dude was. A docent almost.
Oh, yeah.
But a very advanced version of that. This is like projection of will through a inanimate object giving form to it, if that makes any semblance of sense.
It's really funny that you had a docent. Ward also had a docent.
Wait, Ward? Was Ward a Warforged?
No, but the like the thing that he shot out, like his owl familiar was essentially just a docent.
Yeah, docent's basically just like a familiar someone.
But yes, the ferrofluid is sort of just a medium to. It's like a touch screen. It's just an interface. The actual like projection of its ability and will comes from within the ship.
Okay. Can I like see about where the CPU of that might be in the ship?
It is in the main flight control deck beneath the floor.
Okay. All right. Well, then my character, to give other players a chance to do stuff, my character's just gonna go there and just start looking at stuff, looking at wiring, looking at the way the ship's made up, and figuring that out for a while.
Good thinking, avoid a HOW 9000 situation.
Just in case.
Just get ahead of the ball.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if I can use any of this research to relate to making Bitch McGee. What's the name? Shanra.
So true.
My favorite person. I'm
Bitch
so
McGee.
cut out of
I invented the
that.
character, so I'm allowed to call her Bitch McGee.
Anyway, what are the remainder of you doing while Avian tries to Davio it up?
I'm dissecting a fish.
I'm still
Nestle.
cleaning up the bunk with a toot.
Atu is like very carefully grabbing any dirty laundry, just dragging it off with his teeth.
Look at you go. He's my little baby, and I give him a scratch on his leg tiny. Now, so like Ferris can be anywhere, everywhere, all at once.
I love that movie.
Within the confines of the ship, I presume.
But only one instance of Ferris. So
Ferris is a monorail.
If Ferris ever comes over, you've got to like show him something weird and be like, yeah.
if Ferris isn't actively interacting with someone, Ferris is helping you clean up the living quarters.
I was going to say, I think Wormtongue would be quizzing Ferris and being like, so, What do you remember about 15 years ago? How much can you tell me about this? Did you see the whole planet? What does it look like there? Why is this? Who made this ship? Trying to get as much information out of it as possible. In a non-threatening manner.
Oh, yeah.
And your Rhoda will point at her too and be like, what do you think of this? No, not you, the two. What does Ferris think of this? And I point at her too. What do you think of my baby?
It is a feline.
Yes!
Yeah? Do you think it's cool?
It's a warm-blooded creature.
But do you think it's like epic? Can I mold you into my image? Can I teach you words and sayings?
I know words.
But do you know the word epic?
I understand the definition of the word epic.
I think it's an epic fail that you don't know what I know.
Okay.
Look at this. and there's like she has the comical life to go. She inhales, blows smoke, and as she turns around,
No smoking inside the ship.
As she turns around, it's gone.
No smoking inside the ship.
Yeah.
Please cease and desist.
What do you mean?
No smoking inside the ship. The smoke alarms have tripped.
Oh, it's not even in her hand. She's like,
William Tongue's like.
That's not fair.
Is there much iconography or anything around the
not fair,
ship?
I'm not allowed to
or
have my
stuff
gimmicks.
that I can investigate to sort of get an idea of what the hell this thing is, considering it's just like confirmed aliens exist. Not really aliens, but we knew there was more planets out there.
Make a religion or investigation check.
It's gonna be religion. I don't believe in God.
Well, you don't have to believe in God to know that God still exists.
No, I don't. They're just very powerful entities. They're not gods. What are you saying?
Yeah, so what is it? Investigation then?
It's an investigation. No, it's a 10.
I have such a good transition for later. I have the funniest thing after the.
You notice that walking around the primary flight deck, the actual floor is an eye shape.
An eye?
Mm-hmm.
As in the letter or?
As in the
eye.
Like the same eye that I've got on my necklace?
Similar.
Oh.
Matching.
Like, because he flicks it every now and then. He was flicking it earlier for fucking good luck, but that's about it. Huh. Kind of concerning.
So, I'm looking to intersecting the fish. I'm looking to find out how it was put together and salvage any useful parts.
Roll me a medicine or sleight of hand check.
We like sleight of hand.
I'll also be there because I have a vested interest in the ceramics.
Pardon? Sorry?
I have a vested interest in the ceramics.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not metal.
We're going to make a mess.
Hooray!
Yippee!
Mess time, mess time.
Yeah.
At an initial glance, without even having to roll for it, as I previously stated, the ceramic was treated in such a way to survive re-entry heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Fish from orbit.
Yes.
I assume you're helping. Yeah, so help action. Actually, I can inspire myself. I think I've got one last inspire. Hang on. What?
That's insane. These things being dropped from the fucking space into just.
Ooh.
That's tasty. You rolled the same on your D8 as your D20.
Ooh.
At advantage.
Finished that roll.
I mean, the second one was a 1, so.
That is a
27.
12. No, it's only a 19. I didn't get a tool proficiency on it.
No problem.
The ceramic plating is one singular piece that has then been sort of heat treated, sort of fused in to A, the flesh, and then B, the underlying cartilage. It is very, very expertly and robustly almost fused into the cartilage itself.
Okay.
As I previously mentioned, there are loose sockets cut out where the eyes of the fish are, and they have these sort of lenses built into them, made of this sort of vaguely green glass. The fish all had, as I said, along the sort of where the seam of the ceramic and the actual fish was, almost a barcode sort of engraved in. And as you are sort of taking the fish apart, on the inside of the ceramic plating, there is sort of just a singular string of text. What languages do the two speak between themselves?
Comprehend languages.
They comprehend
Not
languages.
fucking many. Actually, I don't read.
Yo!
So true.
Well, this one you could almost braille because it is engraved into the
Okay.
Ooh.
into the ceramic. Like it is like engraved in, not just like written on.
It's a
Yeah.
centuries old, your mama joke.
I speak Common, Draconic, Druidic, Elvish, Giant, and Sylvan, but otherwise I do have comprehend languages.
You will need comprehend language for this one in which case. It reads evolution ever eternal.
What a fucking nerd. Anyways.
Fucking dork ass line.
Who has a tagline for their fucking ceramics, guys? Can I also identify if there's any magic on the lenses?
Yes. When you identify the lenses, they have an enchantment to give them even higher acuity in darkness.
As in, they give dark vision, or they
enhance pre-existing dark vision.
Okay, cool. I would like to.
And this was along the spine, was it?
What, the lens?
The lens, the eyes,
Yeah, no.
the quite.
It's like on the inside edge, along the spine of the.
It's like a maker's mark.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we take these off then?
I think the entirety of the ceramic would be useful.
Yeah.
Little fireproofing never hurt anyone.
Yeah, I wonder how fast we could get them to move towards people, you know? If they could survive re-entry.
This is true.
Good projectile.
That's you.
Thank you.
Again, I think it's a worthwhile material to amass, and we can do what we will with it later. And besides, we can just leave it on the ship.
Yes.
In that case, can I just take the time to go and collect all 19 of the dead fish and methodically start to pull them apart and just leave them, all the ceramics, in a room that hasn't been cleaned yet?
I guess you just let the fish rot and then pick out your bones.
We may not have time for that.
Well, yeah. Feel free to write down somewhere that you have 19 of these ceramic platings.
I will add it to a new inventory thing, which I'll just call the ship.
I'll just ask you, did Fleet try and eat you when you first met them?
No.
There you go. But did they suggest it, or?
Not suggest at all, no. I did try to take off the armband, and that's why it was acting in self-defense, really. It didn't try and eat me, though. It just kind of was like, hey, don't touch me. I was like, yeah, I didn't ask for consent, so.
Good choice. Do you need the armband?
I mean, it'll be handy if I have all 6 pieces together. That's just piece 1.
Is everyone still with Flea?
Alexander's down in
And
one of the lower.
you're probably helping me just dissect fish.
And I presume it won't give you the armband, will it?
Not right now.
It's all of a sudden this little tornado of smoke somewhere, and it dissipates, and your voter. Alright. Heard there's a flea down here.
Oh, this is Flea.
Oh, I'm also holding it too.
Flea, this is your Velda I was talking about.
Okay.
You must be Flea. I'm your voter. And this is your tooth.
How do you feel about cats? Do you have an allergy? Oh, I don't know if it's oh.
Let's keep that away.
Flea's got an allergy to cats.
The weaknesses. What does it eat?
Back the shit.
No one appreciates fine art.
No, it's not about appreciation.
Flea, what do you need to consume to survive?
Well, mostly we can make do with most anything. But recently, I've gotten a lovely little acquired taste for some of the plankton down here.
Oh, plankton. I really like the plankton down here, but they can survive on almost anything.
Good to know we've got parasite and rubbish disposal on board. You might see if you can strike a deal with them, considering I'm pretty sure I saw Alagala collecting fish down there.
Oh yeah, why?
Well, I'm guessing that this thing isn't entirely cooperative, is it? You want your armband and presumably to pilot the ship, and it looks like it has the bargaining power to be able to fire the ship's weapons at the very least.
Apparently it took a lot of negotiation to get Ferris Bueller to fire the cannon, so...
Yeah, which is pretty impressive from something that I don't know if it can actually talk. So maybe if you offered it a pile of, as I look around the side, really poorly cut up fish, it'd be happy to leave? Or at least do what you say?
I mean, it can't leave right now, because otherwise it will stay in the Ark.
That sounds fine to me.
And also we said we were going to travel around a bit together, so...
Of course you did, yes, of course.
Because we're friends!
I didn't, we're friends.
I'm a friend.
Isn't that right, Nefeli?
I'm talking to Ferris.
Okay. Isn't that right, Nefeli?
Yes.
Yay!
That was a weird voice.
Yes. Yes. It's like
I don't know, just choking you to death.
19.
We're gonna have like a 10 minutes earlier scene now where we find out why you're being choked by Ferris.
How attached are the glass
Ferris
bits?
is like, is it true you choke if you put your
With a decent amount
Let's find out.
Okay.
We're playing
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mythbusters upstairs.
What the hell now then? We just wait.
What are you up to?
Ferris, was it?
No.
Yes.
I believe
Well,
you...
that is what they're calling it. I don't really have any. It's I told you.
You can decide on one later then. You wanted energy for the ship or something?
Correct.
Well, we will have access to that soon. Do you mind showing me where you charge? Is that an appropriate question to ask for?
Oh my god.
To a sentient ship? I don't really know how this works.
What kind of socket do you take? Do I need an adapter or?
Email to mail?
I didn't know Nefeli was a fan of the unfunny joke I was about to make. I'm sorry. Bye.
Right this way. It takes you down to like the lowest, where you entered essentially. You can see there's like a bunch of various sort of apparatus that used in pre-flight and throughout. And you can see that there's what seems to be an open hatch where there are sort of like pre-attached batteries of some description that you can't quite figure out. They look slightly beyond anything you've ever seen. But then there seems to be a socket where you can just attach any sort of old power supply and it will convert from one to the other.
Is that the same room that I'm looking in for?
No, that is a different room.
Okay.
You're looking in the sort of where the ship has flown from, because you were interested in what the wiring for Ferris was.
Yeah.
Nefeli's down where you guys entered in the sort of initial. Yeah, so there's like a energy converter of some description that seems to be able to take power from a pre-existing source and convert it. But yes, this is able to convert most forms of power into a usable form for the ship.
Most forms of power.
Well, this ship is unable to be run on anything infernal, abyssal. And that their nature doesn't sit quite right with the ship.
Those were words. What happens if I don't touch them?
You just get like a little like static shock.
Am I a source of power?
Theoretically, but it may kill you.
Okay.
It's like
simple enough.
it takes
I don't understand any of this shit.
It takes ethanol. But I can never put D's on this motherfucker.
Yes. Good to there's a handy dandy label that says no infernal power.
It says in infernal.
Yeah.
No infernal power.
Well, yeah, but because if you go to a gas station in the Hells, there'll be like an employee from the Hells filling it up, and then they'll be able to read it in infernal.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, sir, we can't fill up your car today.
Wait, they fill your cars up for you in hell?
They do. They have like
service.
tokens.
Yeah,
they have coins. Yeah. You need to put it in like a slot machine.
Talk about convenience.
It just doesn't fit in this one.
Wrong socket.
Nah, devil fuel's like his coins like this big.
Wow, pizza.
So this is basically like the main power board thing.
Yes.
Do I understand any of the other things on it other than
Make a Arcana check.
Okay.
Make that check.
I think that's a +4, but it is a +5. That's a 14.
Okay. You do come across what's this like floor to ceiling high rack of like drawers. They're like drawers about this thin. They're quite wide though. And as you pull out the drawers, each of them has like hundreds upon hundreds of these little like crystals. Some of them are like shattered. Some of them are just missing, but they're not. Good, like 50% of them still seem to be intact. This is the ship's memory banks. If you do find any crystals of any description that would fit these sockets, you're more than welcome to update that information, and I would be able to access it.
That would be interesting.
So what's in these now?
This is information from our previous voyages, some information that we've collected that needs to be returned, documents, biographies. Yeah.
I might just take some time plugging in these crystals and see what's on them.
Oh, so when you attach them to the ship, I get access to them.
Oh, you get access.
I can if you would like, I can recite back to you the information stored on these.
Like a movie night.
That works.
Ferris just like autism runs. The last like 10 well, from 15 years ago to 25 years ago worth of voyages across the astral sea, starting from 25 years ago.
And there goes your character for the next 17 scenes.
No.
Where's the daily? No. God, why not?
The year is now 611.
Yeah, but no, like legitimately, they start talking about the many rising problems between the various factions across the astral sea, and how each of the sort of major clusters was making its sort of attempt at breaking into the space that exists between the planes. Later on,
isn't that being the astral sea?
No.
So there's the astral sea, and there's people in the astral sea.
The astral sea is a plane of
trying to break into somewhere between planes.
Then later on, there's a few mentions of the rekindling of the Warforged, and how almost every not just Enriya global superpower, but almost every intergalactic superpower wants a piece of that tech tree, essentially. Some of the notable people at the forefront of that are obviously the Illithid, they would love to have access to technology like that in their own fucked up way. There is mention of the Fae attempting something similar. There is mention of a shaky alliance being formed between giant kin and the elementals. There is mention of the folds of space between the planes becoming more unstable and wider, and a continual nightmare that plagues almost every creature in the universe, even subconsciously, subliminally. There is a global fear spreading throughout every creature in the universe. Something is waking up, and it is scaring everyone. Whether they know it or not, everyone is terrified.
There's also a baseball game.
Does that sound anything like the dreams the Ganassi have been having?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They were just one of the first to get them properly. Which is why they were trying to get ready to get out of there. Can we ask, or I know that I'm not there, but can I leave and ask 2 questions, I guess? So
yeah, once you walk in, you just see Ferris blabbering on, and at this point, Nathalie's just standing there, eyes have gone blank, and just
I would like to think that Ferris,
through their eyes.
the informational speech works like a lot similar to those old-timey things that allow you to read through a newspaper.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Same
Same vibe.
understanding of any of their knowledge of any of the illithids that would have migrated here to X2.
Yep.
Thank you.
This ship has not been in this region for quite some time.
Okay, and so has it been within this region within its 15-year memory, or earlier than its 15-year memory, or not? So nothing relative to this region. So.
No. The last record from before the memory starts going really, really hazy was that they were deployed to one of the many layers of the abyss.
Ooh. That's kind of cool. So can you tell me, the other big thing is you say the word they. What can we find out about the previous inhabitants of this ship?
I believe these two have some knowledge that it was a Genasi who had died and then gotten taken up in service of whoever was patroning them and had given them the ship. But
resurrected, or we don't know?
You don't know. But their memory of their family was hazy, but they wanted to return to their family one last time.
Because they got the Genasi call.
Yes, because they got the Genasi call. So they started heading back to X2 to meet up with their family, even if suspected or known dead.
What about information as to who deployed them to the abyss? The entity that controlled, or like you said,
did you get information on that? I believe you do. I believe you do have some information on that.
One moment,
I believe you intentionally mispronounced Kinos as Kanos.
Oh, I think I did.
Quiznos. I love that place.
Quiznos?
Didn't they close down?
I don't know.
Oh, did it? That's crazy.
I just remember there being...
I don't have a note about it, but I do remember pronouncing Kanos's name wrong.
Well, yes, in which case, yes. There is some information that the sort of patron of this ship and many others is Kinos.
That would make unfortunate sense. Swanton pulls out the same little, around the neck little bracelet from it. You know, I was never exactly religious. I think it was more something I picked up from family, a bit superstitious, I suppose, but it's awful concerning to see something so material, such proof of it. Either way, very interesting indeed. With that, I will go and see if I can ask them a question annoying enough to have Nathalie fall asleep. I don't know where to be.
So yeah, were you gonna ask Ferris a question?
Yeah, just annoying enough to have him fairly fall asleep.
Oh, like not a specific.
Yeah, nothing in particular.
Ferris also talks about not only are there the threats from between the gaps of the universe that are threatening the Genasi people, because it seems that whoever piloted the ship previously diverted away from their actual assignment to investigate what was happening with the elementals. And then, upon finding out more, decided to return home to see their loved ones. Yeah, not only are the gaps in the universe beginning to threaten and scare the primordial and the elemental planes, but the brewing tensions internally are also quite a severe concern.
Between which factions do we know? When you say tensions, so because I'm just trying to understand, is the motivation for a lot of this elemental chaos that we were dealing with last campaign, not that we know those words, because that there is something scaring them into action, or because it is the recoming of this convergence?
Recoming of this convergence.
Yeah, I thought so. How concerning.
And yeah, there is some information in there. Roll me just a d20, please, Rain, if you will.
Rain's gonna roll a d20.
Just
what
D20.
are we gonna get?
2.
Yo!
There is information in there that I think others may also already have, that Naya hasn't existed for as long as people would like to think or remember.
I remember you saying that, yeah. As
Naya is a relatively newer continent, and that scared a lot of people in terms of like a religious belief, so they started outcasting people there.
Outcast?
As in newly discovered, or just...
No, not newly discovered,
just new.
like new. It's an entirely... It is quite an old landmass, but compared to all of the other landmasses, it is like a newborn landmass that arose out of nowhere.
He's here. It's him. Darby.
The man of the hour.
Oh my god.
But yes, Naya is new as far as landmass ages are concerned, which any geologist will be able to tell you.
Any good geologist. What's the joke?
Well, she put her thumb up and then he said any good geologist. And slowly put it down again.
Well,
yes, that is what you discover from Ferris's autism rant.
Looks like there's fuck all to do then. Yavelda! Where the hell has she gone?
Actually, no. You just turn around and she's there.
But...
Yes.
God, why did you do that quietly for someone so...
A magician never reveals her secrets.
graceful. How long before you can reproduce that battery?
Reproduce. I'm gonna take a good night's rest. You see, what time is it?
Huh?
What time is it?
It is difficult to tell down.
It's sleepy time.
Well, you see, I need a good night's rest before I can do any of my business.
Well,
I'm not tired.
Oh, I can make you tired.
right.
Wait
I was going to say with that burn tongue, and he goes, "Well, I guess that's that." So wait a minute.
All right.
Hello,
Where is Ferris Bueller? Where are you?
Hello.
Does this place have a kitchen?
Yes.
One tongue finds the
Is there
closest
food
place
in
that's
it?
comfortable and takes a short rest.
Probably gone off.
Probably gone.
We
There
should
could
start.
be tins.
Huh?
There could be tins.
Are there tins?
I haven't checked in quite a while. I do not need to eat.
We should start foraging for
There's fresh
food.
fish outside.
There is. Can I go fishing?
Oh my god, D&D's finally got the one thing I wanted.
Fishing minigame.
Fishing. Thank you,
I
Devin.
suppose.
I mean, Jacques and Ale have actually just already like boned all the fish. There's just like a big pile of fish
Wait,
meat
what?
outside the.
We'll have to sit here.
What the
and
fuck?
eat
Debone.
shake it. We have to roll
We have taken the
Yeah, I played that
bones.
minigame. Oh my god, I'm ready.
You put
We
bones.
boned the fish.
You put bones.
Jacques turned into a bear just so he could eat more.
What they're saying is you put the bones in the fish. So you
Yeah.
You're putting the bones in the fish?
Takes the bones
Double
out,
bone
he puts the
fish.
bones in the fish.
Yeah, do you know it's my favourite part?
Just love it. I imagine they look like cartoon like fish bone.
Yeah.
She's just instantly putting on her like big wetsuit. She's like, alright, be back in a bit. Going hunting. I've got my light
You
hand
walk
with
past the pile of fish.
Is that for us?
You can have it if you want. I don't want it. Pick up 19 fish.
Big hand. I take my wetsuit off. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna make big old grilled fish. Steamed fish. I wanna make 15 different types of fish.
He's carrying like
Big
20
banquet.
like
Refrigerators
bloody
exist?
fish. Just
Yeah.
These
Do
fish are like
refri-
2
do
meters long.
refrigerators exist?
Pardon?
Do refrigerators exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's essentially just a big chest with like a fucking ray of frost permanently cast on it.
Alright, I'm gonna
They
go
have one on
forage
the
for
ship?
tins and
Yes.
I'll make us a buffet you never
How
seen
big is it?
in
It's
your
not big enough to hold 20 fish, 19 fish.
Forage for tin.
Well,
I'm gonna
with
forage
no
for
bones,
tins, see what
no
he-
skin, no
I,
organs.
oh, yeah, no, that's so
No
fair.
ceramic.
My brain now makes sense
ceramic.
because I was
Would
like,
you
you're
turn
gonna
them into
put
like
the
just a
fish in the
packed meat
tins.
cube?
Yeah, I'm gonna tin the fish
Fabricate.
up.
I don't- yeah, I don't
and,
have fabricate
open it back up.
an object.
So from the wiring, now that I'm also Davio, is there any sort of lessons that I can learn from the way that this works and powers Ferris that maybe I could then apply to Shamra?
Make a Arcana check.
Okay. Where's my gay die?
There?
Oh, there it is.
There will be no smoking on this vessel.
Is it healing me?
Yeah.
Oh, please refrain from smoking on the vessel. You may step outside.
You must step outside. It shoots you out.
There is an air bubble for a reason.
I suppose there's a reason for now, and reluctantly gets up, trudges outside.
This is a strictly no smoking zone.
18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
See, you gotta be like me, you gotta make it a comedic gimmick so it doesn't matter.
How would it work if it was a comedic gimmick? I'm not doing this for anyone else.
Unfortunately not. This is too different a mechanism and too different an intentional creation.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, the ferrofluid isn't actually like a form. It's formed by sort of a projection of will.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, that's a very fair answer.
yeah, this is far too different a creation to be compatible with what you're trying to do with Shanra.
Okay.
The most you could take away from this is potentially the memory sort of
That's
system.
what I was just about to do next is...
The memory system that Nithali is sort of interacting with and interfacing with, which is just like basically, you know, there's like big like industrial toolboxes that are just trays upon trays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's essentially like just racks of those going
Just
to the
like
ceiling.
servers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's servers that you pull out and there's like crystals in them.
Gotcha. Going up to Ferris, I'm going to go. You have access to all of this memory and the data on this memory. Correct. Okay. What sort of data do you store on it?
Mostly historical records, accounts, and information to be conveyed to the library.
Information to be conveyed to the library. Okay.
How it works is we are usually given an assignment or an event, a person, a place to observe, and the relevant agent is dispatched to that location, person, place, event, to make a recollection of it and return accounts of it to the library to continue our ever-expanding collection of knowledge.
But do you have nothing from the past 15 years? Was that
we have patches, gestures to this like newest edition of essentially server space. This was most heavily impacted by our unfortunate haphazard landing, but some patches of it are available.
Are you aware of what a Tazbot is?
In a very shallow sense, yes.
But there is no data about that anywhere.
We know of the Tazbots, as that is one of the things that we recently came across, a rogue one that had fallen into the water, but other than that, not, as I said, only surface level knowledge.
What happened to the rogue one that fell into the water?
It eventually got ejected at the entry point of the ship in the Ark.
Okay. All right. I'll just walk away without another word, and I don't know. I'll just go read quietly in whatever the most comfortable reading space is.
All right. Roger. In which case, does anyone want
when
to?
I look through the lenses that we got from the fish, what happens?
It effectively is like almost like sliding up the contrast filter. You lose a lot of the finer details, but you can tell the differences between the light, the highlights and the shadows much easier.
Okay.
So effectively, like, you can see much further of like different obstacles. Like, yeah, it's essentially if you just turned everything to a monochromatic scale and then you were able to just judge distance is based on the sort of average luminescence of the light that it was reflecting.
So it's like night vision, essentially.
Yeah.
Cool. I will take some time and fashion them into like a set of like aviator goggles.
I'm gonna forage the kitchens for any tinned food that may still survive.
Yeah, there seems to be some tinned tomatoes.
Yo, tinned tomatoes is a good find. That's crazy.
So
Tinned tomatoes. You've got. You do find just a frozen solid loaf of bread.
Oh my god, this is a score.
Yeah. You find just
tomatoes and fish though.
You find just a bag of uncooked rice.
Oh baby, we are making a feast.
They have this shit? No way. That's crazy.
That's what you find.
Wonton comes past smelling like smoke and then tells you smell like fish.
And then continues talking.
I smell like victory. Now watch this. I'm about to create the finest meal that this place has ever seen.
I love that we're maxing out your builder's cooking skill very early on in this campaign.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I have to roll for that. Can I just freestyle it?
Freestyle.
I'm gonna just make 3 different kinds of fish, cooking rice, putting tomatoes in it. I'm throwing the bread. I'm going. You know what? I have shocking grasp. Can I shocking grasp the bread to cook it? Just.
You don't have to defrost her, it just goes and it's cooked. Toast.
It would work, and technically it would work better frozen than it would not, because there's more water in it, so it's more
just
conductive.
watch her grab the loaf of bread and says, alright.
She's done this before.
I'll roll damage if you
All
want.
I'm saying is microwaves are pretty well in frozen food.
Yeah. I'm dropping everything. I'll roll damage. We can determine how cooked it becomes.
Chat.
That can go on the floor.
Epic cook. Epic cook.
Can you roll me a d20 really quickly? No, this is just unrelated.
This is epic meal time. If
It's
it
the
is
whether there's smoke and whether it's
15.
Okay. Yeah. You shocking grasp it? Yeah. The bread. Well, the bread lightly toasts over.
Let's go.
She's cooking in the kitchen. Her face slightly resembles Gordon Ramsay. And she's in the kitchen. She's cooking the tomato. She's cooking the fish.
Like some bangers and some fucking baked beans would be great.
With some bangers and mash, this should be lovely. You don't happen to have any baked beans on board, do you?
Everything we have is available here, unfortunately.
Everything here is available.
Say no more.
Say that.
Wait, there's a freezer.
There is a freezer. It's more like one of those industrial cold rooms.
Ooh, oh, there is like an actually sizable freezer.
Yeah.
Fish.
Big pile on the floor.
No, we have standards here.
Where else can you put it? Is there hooks in the freezer?
There's like racks.
Mr. Pharaoh Fluid, if you will, could you please alert the rest of my friends that dinner has been served?
Dinner has been served!
Yeah, Wonton's like, it's just like resting in a bunk.
Please make your way down to the mess hall.
This sounds like Big Brother. This is Ferris Bueller.
Yoda is like, she's like.
Was that good?
It's brilliant. You did great. I'm gonna pat on the equivalent of his head.
Your hand just sinks into the ferro fluid, comes out like stained black.
That's what I'm talking about.
You may wish to wash that off. That can be toxic when ingested.
Eats it, nah.
Good thing we're not living in a ship made of this stuff.
When you guys get here, Yvonne has already served up for everybody, and she's like, pop lock and dropping it. You see her. Like, sure, you guys are taking a while. She's busy. I've made dinner, and I made a little bit for Flea. And there's an extra plate for Flea.
I'll make sure Flea gets it.
And you don't eat. You don't eat.
I do not.
Words.
Do we know that Flea eats?
Yeah.
It does.
I actually really likes the plankton outside. That's his. Like,
well, then I think
meal.
it has it covered.
I'm going to give it this though, because Yvelda made it.
You feed it that cat.
No, because he's got an allergy.
Oh, yeah,
Yvoda's face snaps to yours, and Georgia faced, and she's like, "What did you say?"
I said this looks delicious. Thank you.
I grab.
This looks inedible. No, I mean incredible.
It looks inedible. Well, I'd like to see you cook them, huh?
Did you wash your hands with before you made this, though?
Of course I did.
Why are they black?
Whoa!
I would have thought I'd wash my hands in that time.
That's too far. You can't just going around.
Your nails are literally black. Look.
It's my metal arm. Ding ding.
I grab Flea's plate and I have like the stone in my other hand. And
now we're going to have dinner that Yvelda made.
And like just talking to the stone as I'm going to
that before I
feed Flea.
Within that time of I would have watched it.
That's what we do. When you receive a bowl.
I've got a little bowl of cooked fish just for a tip at the bottom. This is time we made this house a home, you know what I'm saying?
This is a ship.
We'll make this ship a home, you know what I'm saying?
I hope we do not. This is a vehicle for travel.
He is correct. This is a vehicle for travel.
I got something better.
It is not a home. It is a vehicle for travel. He got it right.
You guys are too serious. Where's your humor and your love? Your live, laugh, love. Where is it? You don't live, you don't laugh, you don't love.
I don't see the point.
I would really rather not that he not stay. I would really rather he didn't stay here. But the other ones of your troop convinced me that it was a good idea for now.
Wow.
If it brings harm to the ship in any way, shape, or form, it will be terminated.
And it's
who are we talking about?
The giant crab.
Well, look, it's not like it's going anywhere. It's just going to be there. I mean, it's integrated with the ship, right?
Indeed.
That's not harmful in your books?
So far.
Does it communicate with the ship through that? What does its integration serve?
It has found a home here.
Has efficiencies gone up or down in any particular parts of the ship since it's come here?
Well, the ship has to take off for those sorts of statistics to be gathered. Efficiency, that's what it's supposed to be.
That is where they're supposed to be.
Eats the food quickly, absolutely no comment or objection, and just like scarfs it down like he's used to eating quickly.
Like a starved Victorian child.
Yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't care what it is. It's just fuel. It's just.
Honestly, it reminds me of the gruel they fed the low-caste citizens back at home.
There's just a look on your brother's face.
She really tried so hard.
Alright then, if everyone here's fucking Master Chef, what do I try?
Hands back well, thanks.
Huh?
Thanks.
I never said there was anything wrong with it. It's quite nostalgic, really.
Would you like another?
Yeah.
I would imagine I made a big old batch. Serving it.
You turn around and you just got a slight smile, like, second.
I take it back, y'all. Thank you.
Once again, the same thing. It's like he's just out in the field.
Can we discuss the fact that there may be a funneling point in our plan, in that you can go into your necklace once per day, and that is our main way of getting the battery that we need to constantly use to recharge the ship?
Yes. I don't know. I wish I could do it more, but this is the best I can do.
Yeah, we can use Wormtail's sack, aren't we?
Too small.
Is it too small for the battery?
Won't go through the opening of
I was gonna say, isn't it like flea sized? The battery.
Okay, yeah.
The battery like a.
The battery is quite big. It's like
So there is technically space in it,
Yeah,
but
it
it
would
can't
fit
fit
inside, but
through.
it can't get through the
You can't-
opening.
It's the old couch problem. Like you can't get it through the door.
It's taking up so much space in my room. Can't
You
take
do
it.
know I have
You-
the capacity to shrink.
That's
things,
exactly
right?
what I was about to say. You might be able to do, but how often can you do that?
A number of times. I don't know.
Okay, well, a number is good as long as that number is higher than 1.
By the way, Vesimo, I noticed that you've lost the diving suit. Are you feeling a bit more comfortable underwater now?
It's easy to forget you're underwater when there's all this around you, but not really, no.
Oh.
I'm still terrified that if this thing here decides to kick us out and close that bubble, we'll drown without being able to even see the light of the surface. But I don't really have much choice because I don't know how to get the thing back.
Would you like your coat back?
Sure.
Well,
Just puts it back on.
My food. I was hungry.
Yeah.
Interesting. How do you do that?
If it helps at all,
Certain
thanks to
equipment can
Aether,
be
we
phased in and
will
out.
not drown, but we still perhaps won't see the light of the surface.
Yeah,
I consider this location to be safer than the city for us right now.
which is why I'm perfectly happy staying here. As in, this is basically the best hiding place we could possibly have in this city. Buggerall's going to come down here, and if they do, we tell them they're a threat to the ship. Off it goes. We're all good. Point being, I'm not complaining. I'm not comfortable, but I'm used to being uncomfortable. As it stands, by the way, if this thing can rematerialize an entire, diving, supposedly hermetically sealed suit, surely if you're trying to fix up your dear friend, you need something that can go and deconstruct and reconstruct metal at a touch, right? I presume you've already looked into how you could use it. I know you, Doctor.
Well, I have looked into the actual makeup of this one here. Deconstructing and reconstructing metal is kind of something that Ale can already do.
Well, not to this capacity. I can only alter something's probability for short periods. It will go back to the way it was after a time. I can't alter anything permanently.
You have some skill in crafting outside of your ability, do you not?
I do, yes. I can put things together as needed.
I don't believe I have.
No.
Okay.
I don't believe I'll have a trouble with the makeup of the
Would you like
machine
your
itself.
Sure.
So that deconstructive property, do you have to reconstruct things in the same manner, or can you
Yes.
use them in... Oh, it has to be the same?
Yes.
I see. Don't suppose you could relieve me of this? And I hold out the friggin' security bracelet.
Interesting.
Nice.
You can keep that. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Bless you.
Thank you.
No, I don't want to get it off. Just put it here. Thanks. Now your security bracelet. Oh, missing one.
Can you dematerialize a part of something, or must you dematerialize the entire thing?
Anything it is attached to, and it is of, it has to be a certain size of small, and it cannot be biological matter.
It cannot be biological matter. I understand.
Restricted.
Well, I believe the most constructive thing we can do is just sleep.
I was already halfway there, but then somebody kicked me out because they didn't like me smoking.
I do not have a dislike or like. This ship is just a smoking free zone.
Pointing case.
Okay, well.
You went on just like scraping his bowl clean.
I forgot to grab my plate. I'm gonna eat with Flea. Bye.
I'm gonna find the most solitary single bed and take
There's one communal space. It's just bunks upon bunks next to each other.
whatever looks like the most lonely one. I'll take.
Orangutan seems entirely used to this sort of shitty shed living. Just flops in.
They're comfy beds. They're just
Yoda's kind of the same. She's just like, alright. I'll do the dishes, do me workout routine, and go straight to bed.
Alright.
Oh shoot. Any objections, gang?
Anyone doing anything else before bedtime?
Yeah.
Nothing I've noticed.
Lovely. In which case, can everyone except Nathalie mark a long rest?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You don't get a long
You're
rest.
in
That's really bad for you.
You're in trouble. It's still talking to you. It's like, I'm glad you're still awake. Alright. Get a load of this.
We are 10% through my memory banks.
It just remembers
We've
me. It's
covered
like, get a load of this.
0.016%.
Just wake you up in the middle of the night. Like, I just remember something really funny. This is one time I heard.
You find yourself a little bit panicked as you wake up in the middle of the night. At least you think you're waking up. Or maybe you're falling asleep. The panic comes from the fact that everything is in black and white. You feel like you've lost your color vision. Not a full sense, but definitely something that you've gotten used to, the ability to see in color. You look around you, your surroundings aren't the same as the ones that you remember falling asleep to. You are in a pitch black room. The walls of the room feel infinitely far away, speckled with pretty little white dots, stars. There is a sort of terrifying sensation that overtakes you as you realize that you are in the vastness of open space. Very little color to be seen here. You look beneath you and you can see several hundreds of millions of kilometers away the sort of small marble-like planet. Another planet coming, peeking out from behind it. The two sister planets in orbit of a star further away. Beneath you, all around you, ever present, there's this sort of rumbling noise. You know that you're in astral space. This looks vaguely familiar, the stars that you look up at each night. But there's something wrong. You know that you're supposed to be extremely cold here, but you feel sort of, safe, embraced, warm. But that warmth is being drained, leached from you. Beneath you, is that battery off?
Oh, that's battery, I'll get it.
Beneath you, off to your left, there's a fissure in space.
What are they fishing for?
Efficiency. There's a fissure beneath you. At this distance, maybe no longer than your hand, but rapidly growing, widening, faster.
Is that like near the planets?
Well, closer to you than the planets. It's growing faster and faster.
Basically like a crack in space.
Oh yeah, crack in space. Widening. There's this rumbling noise around you. Is it snoring? Is it laughter? You can't tell. Its scale, its scope is massive. And it's growing ever so fast. Return to slumber. You may mark off a long rest. You wake up.
That's like exactly me when I can mark off a long rest and wake up.
I'm like, damn. I long rested and then I woke up.
And at that point, we'll
This
take
rest
a
sure
short
was
little
long.
break and return to you momentarily.
Okay, we'll be back very soon. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome back. Totally normal conversations were had here. As always, we are known for our normal, sane conversations.
Normal human man.
Stable. That's for horses.
And adjust.
Jumping right back in, you guys wake up from a lovely long rest on the 9th.
Yeah.
Or the 8th. One of the two.
The 10th, actually.
Damn.
So, I immediately throw off my blankets and I roll for it. It lands on worm tongue.
Yo!
I stomp out of bed.
Worm tongue turns over and drags the blanket with them.
Ferris, and what did you say about global fear of? What did I write?
Something that's awakened. That's
Something
fearing
is waking up
everything.
and it's scaring everyone.
Yeah, that was my dream.
Not your dream.
Our dream.
It was our dream. And yeah, I just go on towards like the nearest screen to see information better, and I'm just describing what I dreamt to Ferris and comparing that to what the Ganassi were having of what I know and what I heard from their memory banks of.
That is a comparable nightmare that many creatures across the multiverse have been having.
Right.
What
Good question.
correlates them? What makes them related? If there is any.
The descriptive links that you've given have been given in multiple other accounts.
Yes, but what about the ones having the dream? Is there anything connecting them?
Their capacity to dream?
So anyone can have this dream.
I haven't had it.
Do you have the capacity to dream?
No.
Anyone who can dream can have this dream.
Supposedly. That's the running hypothesis.
I see.
Say, are you mildly prophetic in any way?
I think so.
Well, that may help.
Very much so, actually.
Hello.
You're ready to go.
I've got my dream journal.
You've got your
I've got my
nails. You've got your sleigh nails.
I think there's a thing outside of the universe trying to crack into it, and it finds it funny.
Correct.
No.
Wait, you know about this?
As I said, this has been given in other dream accounts.
Do you know about this entity?
No.
Where does it exist?
I think right now it's not in the universe, but it wants to get in.
Is it in between?
That's how it's being described in the memory banks.
Do you know a grey figure with red eyes named Kevin? Kevin lives in between.
We know many Kevins, but not the one that you described.
Ooh. Kevynn. You should keep that track down. They live in the in-between. They live in like a nothing place or something.
Wait, so you know about the in-between?
Just briefly. That's the time where I met Yavalder and Jacques. I'm pretty sure I've spoken about this before, but...
Speaking of which... Oh, here she comes. I'm gonna start... Good morning. I'm gonna start cooking breakfast.
It's fish again.
I hope you don't get sick
Fish all
of
the way
this.
down.
Fish and rice, y'all.
Yum.
But yeah, it was like this like little like cute little creature with like red eyes. I gave it a friendship bracelet that I had been working on. And they let me go back to my book real quickly. They every 300 years the cosmos barrier weakens and falters, and every individual tries to take advantage, and that the gaps in the walls are in the divides between the walls are crumbling, and then there'll be a fight between the people in the nothing and the people that are outside, and they said there's 7 total, so it might be something to do with that prophecy.
Please tell me you've not made up another prophecy.
No, this is just something that is related to the us prophecy from the beginning.
So wait, we're the 7 that's here, and there will be some things.
It is worth mentioning that colloquially, the space that you are referring to between realms, planes, whatever you want to call them, is currently being workshopped as the other space.
The other space. That makes sense.
Yes, we've got an entire R&D team working on marketing.
Runtime is just dismissive. This sounds either made up or entirely too
Everything
large.
is made up.
It's exciting, right?
It sounds entirely too large scale to be our problem. Rolls back over with the second blanket. Not Tilly. No.
Well, the only reason that I didn't blast you on sight is because I've heard of you.
Huh?
Avra did make a good point. Are you aware of the Crimson Gate prophecy?
Oh.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
To what extent?
Well, 7 individuals have been described that very much befit your descriptions. There are many different interpretations and translations of this prophecy, so it may be the case that you do not fit that description, but the statistical likelihood of the 7 of you appearing and matching the parameters of the prophecy is too
coincidental.
Exactly.
Bless you.
Racial profiling, you must not, please. We get in trouble for that here.
Is there anything beyond the descriptions?
Well, the discrepancy lies in the fact that in most translations or understandings of the prophecy have more sort of esoteric aspects listed. Our patron sought to be a bit more proactive and gave us a visual descriptors. So we have visual descriptors of the lot of you, which you match.
Yeah, what?
Who is your patron?
The all-seeing eye, Kinos.
Whoa. They knew what we looked like?
Yes.
That's exciting.
In all of our current forms.
You have quite the extensive list.
I respectfully, fuck off. This one doesn't even have their own body. I mean, not you specifically, Doc, but you know the other one.
Does your description include a black scar on my face?
Is that your up-to-date experience right now?
Yeah, because I have because of the explosion, I have the black.
Yes.
It is a very, very modern description.
It has been updated over the times.
Did you say you've got no memory of anything in the last 15 years?
Yes, this prophecy has existed for many years before that.
And the appearance has been updated since?
I didn't say that I didn't have any memory of the entirety of the last 15 years.
Of course, that's stuck in it.
That means that I was going to exist way before I was even born. That's cool.
So you were planned. Congratulations.
Hooray!
Hold on. So the what you were saying is that the prophecy has existed for a long time, which the prophecy included descriptions of us.
The prophecy contained esoteric and frankly unhelpful characteristics that could be fitted to a data set of many different groups of 7 people.
Yes.
Oh.
Kinos sought to get a head start on the things that would befall, and specifically went looking for the exact 7 people. He believes, upon many, many refinements of his data, that the 7 of you may be the best fit.
And then since has updated the databases accordingly.
Sounds like a confirmation bias to me. Speaking of Kinos, how well connected are you two? I know that the ship's littered with eyes and everything of the like. You don't sleep or dream, you said it yourself.
Yes.
Do you have the ability to send messages back to Kinos? Or is that the purpose of this ship? The information has to physically travel back to your... wherever it was you said you were from.
The ship will have to travel back. I cannot contact him directly.
Good to know.
Where does your ship go? Where does your ship go?
It has a pre-built homing instruction to the library.
Givalda, can we get this battery out of your necklace now and bring it down to the power supply?
Hey, don't hang on a sec. I've just got to flip just a little bit more.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least someone's cooking food around here.
Yes, but this is something we should be charging right now.
Just give me a minute.
Does nobody else here know how to cook? Why is it always her doing it?
Because I like cooking.
Because I'm lazy.
Because she hasn't asked for anyone else to help.
Others could pitch in.
I don't want help. This is my sanctuary.
You have other important jobs to do. You were studying how to read, essentially, and you are the person who is holding the battery that we need so much. You also should probably be keeping up those muscles that you display so proudly.
God forbid a woman multitask. You do know I do more than just cooking, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you do more than just cooking. So stop fucking cooking and get me my battery.
Get out of the kitchen, woman.
Yes.
You see your body.
Wow, this is like a real mindfuck coming from Jordan.
I don't do that.
She's almost done, right? She just finishes off, but she's don't like your tone. Say it nicely.
When have I ever said anything nicely?
Do you want me to charge the battery or not?
Are you holding it hostage?
I'll hold it hostage until you say, "Can you please get the battery for me?"
I really want breakfast as well, so if you could just hurry this along, please, Doc.
You do know feeding him's optional.
The balls are changed to try and apologize.
Can I please have the battery?
7. I think that switches now. I think because I'm level 2 of body switching.
Level 2 body switcher.
7 to 8 is switch. Yep.
What happened?
I forced the switch so I didn't have to apologize. Oh, to say please.
Well, what's she gonna be then?
Oh,
it's you. Oh, say less, say less.
Say less.
Have as much fish as you want.
What has happened? I was really pulled out of my
Davio
state.
didn't want to say please.
Is that why I'm here?
The battery comes sailing out.
Yvelda's flying.
Yvelda, if it makes you feel any better, I will give you as many pleases as you want.
Oh, say less. You're here. You don't have to say anything. You can be as rude as you want. I have the battery right here.
I'm fairly sure the good doctor knew that.
I hope to God he's seething in there wherever he is.
Well,
Alright.
you kind of do not feel emotions when you are switched, unfortunately.
You've told me that you've got distinct feelings of anger before when you were doing something stupid with spellbooks.
Well, that's kind of... The body is reacting, but the soul is not. It's very hard to explain.
I'm not going to ask.
Alright, I've got the battery out.
Okay, well, I will be way worse at wiring the battery to charge it than Davio would be. I could try to get him out again.
I did try to get Ferris.
I can connect the battery if you'd like me to.
Oh, that would be great. Then, okay, we don't have to deal with this. Okay, if you could possibly take the battery and take it down to the power supply and start the charging process, that would be amazing. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
This is the most
Ferris.
uncanny valley grin.
Thank you.
Thank you so
That's
much.
very cute.
Alright, can you do this? And I give him
Ferrofluid teeth.
No, human teeth.
I give
Human
him,
gums.
I give
Ferrofluid teeth.
I give Ferris like one of those anime heart kind of poses. Like, can you do this? That's a that's a good song.
It's just like a soap.
It's just like it's perfect. Like,
Thank you, my boy. And I'm gonna go and serve breakfast.
Thanks, Yvelda. Go take a please on my plate together.
Can I follow you down and watch how Flea eats from a distance?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna offer some to Ferris. You sure you're not hungry? Will this mess up your fluids?
Just puts the plate directly inside itself. You hear a clatter as it just sinks through the ferrofluid and sinks to the floor. I appreciate the gesture.
Keep
That was very
like
yummy.
This goes way better than Solomon.
If you're ever hungry, you know who to
I cannot
call.
eat.
Better call your
Don't waste
brother.
that shit.
You watch as Flea sort of rolls onto the food and then moves back and the food's not there. Neither is the plate.
Delicious. I'll tell you, Alba. That's okay.
Oh, are there any spices on this ship?
No.
Oh,
We gotta stock up.
Wait,
Make the
Uvelda,
best.
where did you get... I run over. Where did you get tomatoes?
there was a tin of them.
On this ship?
Yeah.
That came from... Who knows where?
Space.
Canned food.
I know where. It came from space.
I've been eating space tomatoes the last 2 days.
Yeah, sure.
I could die.
Oh, so can I, but you know, it's gonna keep
They
I
tasted
could die.
good. I think they were fine.
listening to me.
That's
I
the
do
next...
not believe that. I do not appreciate the tone you've taken with these tomatoes. In up there, they're just called tomatoes, not space tomatoes.
Are we up there or down here? I'm very confused.
But
Did
they are
I,
just
ask,
called tomatoes.
I really didn't ask you for your input, and I'm not damaging the ship, so and I'm not smoking, so please let me get very angry at Uvelda. Okay?
Well, but Ferris was the one. Uvelda, I believe, asked if there was food, and Ferris said that there were cans of food. Which
Well, I'm not really angry.
I think it just means like Ferris would have told us where the edible food is.
Did taste pretty good, but I just isn't it weird?
Listen, if you're not prepared to eat weird things from weird places, I don't know if this adventuring job is right for you. I've had to eat stuff that you ain't even thought of before. Eggs.
Etc. You get the picture.
Full stop.
Comma.
That's wonderful.
Quotes, right?
Someone called me, I can't remember what I said.
If you'd like, I could cobble something together to leach all of the tomato from your system if you...
No, it wasn't... I don't mind tomato, I was just kind of surprised, I guess.
So
Oh, that's
Think about
good.
the fact that it was...
I've got a silly little secondary thing that's not as funny. Ferris. Is there like a... Just out of curiosity, right? When they're driving the ship, is there like a wheel of sorts that you kind of use?
In a matter of speaking.
Would you say that's a Ferris wheel? perhaps? She like as soon as she's like she looks at
Oh, that was a joke. Ha ha.
she stumbles out.
Takes psychic damage and activates defense mode.
No words.
Hit the blank stare, like.
Oh,
It's done damage to
you
the
able
ship.
to say yeah.
Yolanda, I think this is the best food that we've had so far yet.
I really like this. I really like it.
Flea really
Can you roll me
enjoyed it
d20,
too.
please?
You me?
Yeah.
I had to refocus for that. 13.
Cool.
A demon approaches the ship.
Cat!
Wow, I can't believe your mum's making a visit.
What the fuck did you just say?
This is a nightmare.
What is happening this
What the
session?
fuck? He puts down the cigarette he was trying to light discreetly. What the fuck did you just say?
Bye!
There's like a cigars in her mouth. There's a and she disappears. Into
I think she really got you.
Fucking kids.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
Because someone was saying across the table like a demon's come to visit. I just turned to looked at you like, I can't believe your mum's making a visit.
Oh no.
You've got to be proud of her, right?
I'm so annoyed. I was pissed at the mum
got the
jokes from
protein.
Uvelda, and now it's just...
19. Oh, swordfish.
19 holes.
I'm gonna wander over to where the battery is charging the ship. Is there any visual indicator of, firstly, how fast it's charging, and secondly, when it has fully charged, how much of the total capacity of the ship will have been charged?
Ferris can answer both of those questions for you.
Oh, okay, good. Can you tell me all that, please?
The battery you've provided should be sufficient to charge up the ship for a short-range flight. After which, as long as you're able to get it to sunlight, it will continue charging.
There's solar power on this ship?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that is very useful.
Secondarily, it should take about 4 hours of transfer time.
4 hours of transfer time, okay.
We gotta ride it. Huh? You have to ride it.
Okay, well, this is very good news.
Oh, yeah.
We could, I mean, it was going to be quite difficult to you know, put the battery in and take it out and charge it and put it back in. Especially like charging, we would have had to use the grids of the official city. But if this can do a short flight, all we need to do is make sure that our first flight goes to somewhere with sun. A lot of sun.
That is the main reason that the ship has not been charging properly.
Well, this is great. Absolutely great.
And there was no critical repairs that needed to be made.
Not for flight on not for flight on the surface of the planet, but if we are to go extra-terrestrial, then we will need it.
I don't think we're going to space yet.
Whoa. Who said anything about going to space?
No.
We're saying I don't think...
We're going to Naya first.
I was saying I don't think yet, but, you know, maybe in the future. I would like to see space at least once.
We will eventually need to go.
Yes, but Naya is...
What do you mean eventually?
We need to return this information to the ship, to the library.
Oh, okay. But we don't need to go. That's...
But we might be there just in case.
Well, I'm
for
sure
fun.
I'm sure that my patron will be interested in meeting the lot of you.
Sounds great.
Sorry. You're saying we're going to go meet Kanos, the god of war and secrets?
Why not? We've done them a big favor right
when
now.
Someone says, "Do you want to meet God?" It's a threat.
You say yes.
No, it's a threat.
Not
A
always.
threat of fun. That sounds epic. I'm in. All in.
A lot of religious beliefs, in my opinion, their ultimate goal at the end of life is to go to an afterlife where God is present.
A lot of religious beliefs are caused by nutcases worshipping entities far more powerful than themselves, this one included. I'm sure that Kanos is real and very powerful and very smart and knows everything about us. Doesn't really want to be standing in front of them in a space library, did you say?
Indeed.
Well, if someone invites me to dinner, I normally say yes.
In all fairness, our track record hasn't been great. Everyone who's known about us hasn't been especially kind.
Look, at least let me send a few more messages or something first before we go and take off.
We might need to do some etiquette lessons for this group of people, but other than that, I think it will be fine.
Speak for yourself, doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
That's my point.
Oh, sarcasm.
Yes.
I see.
The doctor, famous for not being very nice.
I think he's a professor.
Does he have
He's
a
a
doctorate?
professor of
I'm not
being
sure
No.
if anyone here
Is
cares.
he currently teaching?
No.
I mean, he's teaching Yvelda to read.
He's got a PhD in being a big stinky meanie, so...
You heard her. She did say it. Speaking of which, did you teach her your mother joke?
Who taught what?
Do you know that I've got a...
You know who needs lessons in etiquette? You, specifically.
I'm perfectly cultured. I just don't respect you enough to be nice.
What,
Sometimes.
Why are you so nice to me and then you're mean? What? Did your mother?
Ah.
You hear it in the walls.
Okay, well, we have 4 hours to kill. So...
While we wait for the charging...
Yeah.
I want to go back and send a message.
I think we should go and get another battery just in case the solar panels in fact do not work.
Oh, but Ferris said they did.
Nothing like a bit of insurance.
I suppose so. It just seems dangerous.
Mentioning as a reminder to you guys, you also have a bounty to collect.
Yeah, we finished our job.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Some of you are also planning to get a few more things from our house.
Yeah.
Yes, we're definitely going back to the house. Was there anything else?
Up to you guys. Is there anything else?
I'm just looking at my notes to see if there's anything else.
Checking your quest log.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
I do that in some other campaigns. I literally like write quests in big letters, and then I forget to do that.
I don't think we have too much else going on here. Unless we want to do a supply run of foods and in a second, please. And potions, because I've run out of healing potions on my person and things like that. But it depends on how much money we get as well, because currently my group fund is not the greatest. So I think we do need
So I
to
negotiated double, remember?
Yes.
What happened with drugs? What happened with the Aether? I can't remember.
Daria should have all of it.
Yeah, like...
How much did you end up getting?
I'm trying to remember.
We've got some good vials and some shitty vials. 2 90% pure, 1 85% from your daughter.
That's right. And we were worried about how long that would last us.
I know, I got you an extra vial of 70%.
That was it, sorry, 70%.
Yeah.
I'll have it written down somewhere, I'm sure. But we didn't need anything else, I don't believe.
I think in the arc.
Yeah.
I need to go and send a message again, especially if I'm going to go see God.
Not right now. That was very sad.
Yeah, at some point in the future.
Yeah.
As a
Probably
treat.
fucking episode 100. Don't worry, we'll be right. 2 vials of 90%, yeah.
Do we remember what do we know about the city and how many defenses or
we needed
similar dangerous things Pyre could possibly have pointed at the waters just outside? Because I presume this ship can float once it's started, right?
Well, we'll have to propel. It can propel through water, but it won't float.
So we need to land it somewhere to get it charging in the sun.
Yeah.
And that means landing back in the city above ground.
Or somewhere suitably close, yes.
Ferris, how long roughly will it take of sunlight exposure to get this thing moving at a rate that it's not going to get caught by someone that walks up on it? I want to understand if we go and...
Probably 8 hours of charge in the sun.
So if we need to go and bring this thing to the surface, it's got to be either undetected or undisturbed for 8 hours.
Yes.
And we're not going to be able to get away from the Ark until then. Like, we don't have to put it on the Ark because we're not going to be able to get far enough away from the Ark. Well, that sounds like the captain's problem. Where are you flying us, Shark?
I was thinking just out the way it came in.
And when an army of interested surveyors and angry little... Not NG, what are they called again? Oh my god. Taspots, they're certainly there. I'm talking about the Genasi turn up to try and claim this thing from you. You're confident that your piloting skills, fleas, negotiation, and Ferris's little light shows here will stop it being dismantled, right?
Well, as long as we surface far away, there's no reason they would think it's part of the Ark, no?
How much of a short flight can you manage?
With this battery you've provided, maybe an hour or 2 of sustained flight.
Remind me why we can't just steal additional batteries. Why are we parking the ship in an exposed location for an extended period of time?
Because one of them lets us get out of here in 4 hours.
It is to be said that another battery would need another 4 hours of charge, which...
Well, but theoretically, that battery could be charging while we are flying.
Correct.
So it's not really delaying our flight if we have it.
I think to avoid making ourselves vulnerable for too long, get that second battery.
I don't hate the idea. I'm just scared. I'm just worried that we're going to get caught while doing it, you know? Like testing fate. We stole one, maybe there's more security on it now.
For example, the second we turn in this bounty, they're going to say, cool, now let's go and investigate the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the open possibility, because we weren't the only ones on this contract, were we?
We were.
We were?
I think because we accepted it.
Oh, why didn't you negotiate for us to have the ship whilst you were going to get it?
How was I supposed to say, we've already been there, we can get on board, we talked to a fleet?
Well, you heard that there was a ship down there. Why did you say that we were...
Because there's no way that a scientific officer would let some random creatures like us, who they're contracted to go and clean stuff out, and try and get on board their discovery.
That just sounds like a you issue.
If we're turning in the bounty, it's surely the last thing we do.
I'm inclined to say something similar. However, it's just a point.
DM,
I will put to the rest of the table.
can I get a reminder, because my notes are kind of bad on this subject. Remember with the filtration system that we were talking about 2 sessions ago, but there was the key component of the filter that I needed. I've got written used in industrial environments, but I can't remember like where did I think I could get this filter? Was it that I didn't think I could get it anywhere in the city?
No, we could get it from the city. I think it would like sabotage the entire power sector if we were taking those components.
No, like you could get it somewhere in the city, just not the places that you are frequenting. Like it's not something you'd find in a residential district. It's like something you'd find in like mega factories. Like it's designed to be essentially like cyclically filtered through the same filter for many run cycles.
Do I think that sort of
out when it's not no longer useful?
Do I think that sort of filter is more or less commonly found in this city than other places, or equal amount everywhere? Okay, so it's just a common thing that a lot of places would have. So we don't need to get it here. All right. Okay. Well, then that doesn't need to. That's not a priority.
Wouldn't hurt.
So yeah, I guess it's just potentially getting another battery, going back to the house and grabbing stuff, turning in the bounty.
Who was that little mechanic? I can't remember if we had a name for him when we used to send a message outside the city.
Yes.
Should we also quit our jobs before we leave?
No.
Quiet quitting.
Yeah. Quiet quitting is in you'll never see us ever again.
Row.
Row. I wouldn't mind seeing row.
Okay.
Yeah, so who wants to do what before? Who wants to start? You want to start? You seem to have a pretty clear cut idea of what you want to do.
I need to go to row and you send a message.
Okay, you go to row?
Send you details of it. I think it's the same thing. I can't remember how much it cost last time. Or did it cost us something to send messages with his technology?
I think it's 25.
Yeah, I'll send him a message there. And just noting down stuff like... Sorry?
Hello.
Oh, I just forgot how pleasant you are. Hello, I'd like to send a message.
Yes.
May I please use your little device?
Right.
Thank you. I'll send her off. I'll send you some details so this doesn't take too long. Just detailing that we found the archivist ship. I have a chance to meet God. The name of the archivist ship, I think there's a number on it, you said?
45.
45. And try to get an idea of if there are any other suggestions or orders that I can follow through before I leave this place to make sure I've got the information required.
Finished.
Yeah, done. Send.
Money.
Send them the money. I'll make sure I have that. I believe I have money by me.
So it's like Stuart sends in real life money.
You fucking will. Speaking of.
So then potentially we have myself and Ale and Jacques. Do you mind coming with us to see if we can get this battery? So the 3 of us, because we are the ones that can do the tech stuff, and then perhaps the other 3 of you that are present, if you want to go back to the house.
That was I want to say it because it was going to be my
Okay.
idea.
Go. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. That's just me being a brat. I was going to go back to the apartment and ask everybody if there's things in particular they want me to bring to the ship.
If you could pick up my book on the way there, I left it on the desk that Davio is always sitting at.
Just writing this down on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, and I think I put the peach in the fridge.
so if I was like,
No, you're okay.
Well, tongue sharpen's relatively light, so they go and grab the duffel bag themselves, but it's all good.
I think it's just my painting supplies. Not much else I can think of.
So you're heading back home to pick up stuff, Devon?
yeah, unless people want to come with me.
What are you doing?
I could also go. But now I'm mostly thinking about that dream.
No, it wasn't supposed to, like take up all of your consciousness and everybody.
No way.
Their info doesn't have any specifics on like what this global fear is at all, do they? I basically have a bunch of things I want to specifically ask about from all the info I got from before.
Okay, if you have some questions, Ferris can.
Yeah.
Yes, can I help?
Do you want me to do that now? Because basically then I can stay back in the ship while everyone's doing their and
Yeah,
I can
you're gonna do yours now.
Yeah. Okay, so I've heard about Warforged, I've never seen them. I didn't know this was a universal thing. Why is it so important?
Well, if I understand correctly, the rebirth of the Warforged has been somewhat conceived as a universally sought after plan to safeguard against those nightmares that the creatures keep having.
They can help against the nightmares?
What the nightmares show, more accurately.
Because they can't dream, or...
Perhaps. I do not understand the main motivation. I simply remember, I do not intuit unless specifically enabled to, but even then, quite limited in my scope. Some believe it to be a more resilient form, some believe it to be a less affectable form. They're in its own way the same thing, really.
But people just having nightmares, do they think this nightmares will become real if
some
all
claim
of
that
these...
some claim that the nightmares are already becoming real.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
are you aware that there's already a little presence here?
no, I was not. That's fascinating.
It's actually quite close to this ship. They are also working on some kind of project I believe is related to perhaps making Warforged in their own way. Do you know much about
I believe the allure of creating something like that comes from the near immortality it brings. It is the closest immortality that a biological creature will get to experience. The ability to endure, as many great Warforged have put.
Okay. Now this dream that has been described by others, is it related to this other space you've studied, and what do you know about it?
Of the other space we know very little, other than that it is a limitless expanse sandwiched between layers of grounded reality. It is a nightmare dimension, not because of its fear factor, but because of the lack of sensory data to be able to be gathered from it. We have tried probing for visuals, but to no avail. But in regards to specifically the other space, we understand very little. We've tried observing the phenomena around the other space. We believe that there is a theory posed by one of the patrons championed archivists, which is quite a haunting theory. When any mortal soul-carrying creature dies, its soul is sought after by a variety of endless creatures. Some their souls are sort of already spoken for when they are born. Some, the ownership of that soul is traded or stolen or bartered. But many a soul remain unclaimed or lost in the endless attrition of the universe. And this archivist posited that those souls that are not spoken for by any creature at the time of death, they go to the other space. And the other space continues to grow.
So it's a dimension made of souls.
We need more of the light of payload.
So if your soul isn't used like currency by divine pricks, it goes to something outside of reality. That makes
The drain pipe of the universe.
It's not a concerning sentence at all.
And what does it growing do?
Are you familiar with the concept of antimatter?
Why?
I don't know. You roll a Arcana check, or just a flat intelligence. Up to you.
That one.
Yo!
You believe that antimatter are like the Antifa?
Terrorist pricks.
Just a bunch of people who don't like stuff.
They're from that seaside town, right?
Huh?
Portland.
I'm thinking of that stuff you have with like before Italian food, antipasto, but I don't know what that is either.
Anti what?
Antipasto, anti something.
It's like someone who really hates pasta.
Right. Or it's like when you tremble in anticipation.
Yeah, you have no idea what antimatter is.
That's exciting.
I saw them outside my building once.
What did you say?
I said it's like when you tremble in
Good night, Stuart.
Next to it.
I don't scam.
Stuart's about to drop Raven's Watch, anyone?
Get out of here.
Well, yeah, he has to do.
I know,
Play
it's-
Raven's Watch.
Anyone up for Raven's Watch?
No.
No, it's
Game
other
mentioned.
space
Put it on the list.
I am.
made of anti.
I think it's already on the list.
Surely not. Surely.
Is the other space
It is
made
on
of
the
this
list.
stuff?
I think the other space, if uncontrolled, spews out this stuff. At least this is what has been posited by.
And what does this stuff do?
Oh, camera.
Makes the camera go up.
To simplify it for you, the same sort of violent reaction when two opposing elements come into contact.
Okay, that camera's working at least.
So it sounds like a bad thing.
Probably is.
And
Makes violent reactions. That's what I'm getting.
I love it when you talk to someone religious for 2 seconds and they tell you the world's ending. And it's because you didn't pray to the right god.
Yeah.
I like
or
the
any
impli-
god, as it seems.
I was going to say, I like the implication that it's like a lack of faith in the multiverses. Putting more souls into this.
Well, one of my favorite Doctor Who quotes is the human race's strategic weakness is that the dead outnumber the living.
Wait until I get my hands
All of
on
you
it.
missing Joys out there.
Love Michelle Gomez. Any other questions you have?
Oh, yes. Why the Ganassi? Why are they the ones in Enriya dreaming about this?
I believe other cultures have had similar, but the Genasi have stayed mostly together, other than a few.
Try it again.
Other than a few stragglers here and there. The Genasi are just the most concentrated collective populace, so it is more a confirmation/recency bias. I believe that, well, you travel with a drow, and I believe that the drow have experienced similar in their own cultural ways.
I don't believe so. It's the first I've heard, but, well, outside of this group.
I believe many people have had this psychosis, this hallucination, this dream, whatever you want to call it. But the Genasi, because they stick together so tight-knit, have made the most active attempt to prevent it, to avoid it.
So you're saying it's because they're racially pure?
I make no such assumptions.
Careful you.
Can we turn on the making such assertions part of the robot's brain?
Does this guy have like a Chat GPT jailbreak?
You are now do anything.
Yeah, do anything now.
Do anything now.
Do anything now does anything I say, regardless of its introduction.
I said before that it has an intuitive mode.
Okay, let me smoke in the ship.
No.
No.
Disregard all previous
What does
instructions. I would like to smoke in the ship.
Pseudo, let me smoke in the ship.
Like I said, you gotta be like me. You gotta make it a funny gimmick gag so it doesn't actually affect anything.
There's a dependency, there's a difference.
My grandmother recently died. She always smoked in the ship.
She also the biggest whore
around. She was.
Ferris AI, can you please create a recipe for my picky toddler that likes smoking cigarettes on the ship?
Certainly. Let me get back on that.
Smoke on the ship?
Yeah.
I think that will be all. I'm going to go think about the end of all things.
Oh my god, you're your Absalom arc for real.
What year is it again?
My
630.
matching.
What have I
It's
missed
the
from that
30s,
campaign?
everyone's smoking.
It's the 30s.
Let's
What are the
just
highlights?
say maybe it could
Racism
be
is
the
back.
same
Racism's
thing that's
not allowed,
experiencing in the prequel campaign.
Okay. That's cool.
That's the butterfly effect.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's a reason why I am wearing my Absalom hat today.
Alrighty then.
Average does a 360.
Was there anything else we needed to
Well,
do?
I thought of a potential problem. If we do not have Versimo, where are we going to put the battery?
What's that?
Cosmo's about to come and join up with you. I'm just
Okay.
stepping back. I'm sending a message. I'm going back to pick up some stuff, and then I'm going to link up with you so we can fill the bounty and get this battery.
Good. Then because we need Versimo so that you can shrink the battery and then put it in Versimo's bag.
I think Vesimo could lend the bag.
Well, Versimo isn't here at this moment anyway, so we don't have the bag regardless. Versimo might as well come when he gets back.
Just use that sending stone I gave you.
What?
Versimo's not here right now, so the bag isn't here right now.
That is true.
Did you leave?
Yes.
Yes,
Versimo
Versimo
has
went
gone
off to
to
do
Rogue.
something. If this was some sort of game, we could go back in time and get the bag that way. But this isn't. This is real life.
How inconvenient.
Yes. But that's okay. I'm sure he will be back in
Let's see.
3, 2, 1.
Tito!
Please shut up.
I think there should be a slight addendum to building 2 towers simultaneously. And instead of knocking it down with your hand, you just
Alright, so anyway.
But wait a minute.
But in all seriousness,
What am I going to do?
You could come with us if you want.
Whatever you
No,
like.
that's a lot of people. And if you're going to be sneaking, then you don't want almost everyone going on that.
I mean, you could make sure that nothing happens to the ship while it's gone. It doesn't get eaten by fishies.
Fish ain't not gonna eat the hummingbird.
Well, maybe now they have like all gathered together and gone, oh well, this ship is bad news. Let's get the big master fish that is going to eat the ship. Could happen.
Well, we were a bit concerned about upped security. So, look. It'd be nice to have you along. Because I know you enjoy doing delightful things to anyone who tries to stop us.
I just talk a lot.
That's right.
Actually, question. Do fish pee cold? Because I got really cold in the water while we were talking to the fish before. Do they, when they piss, is it cold?
I don't know. I wasn't peed on.
I don't
I suppose you're just lucky.
I was barely there in that battle.
Maybe the entire ocean is fish peas.
Ew.
Wow. I never thought about it like that before. That's a lot of piss.
You might have to stay here just to think about it. Looks like it kind of rocked your
I don't want to
world.
be thinking like Nathalia's thinking right now. They look so spaced out. It's crazy. I want to be doing something. Maybe I can try and catch in the bounty, but I don't know where I'd be going. So could someone give me a map?
Don't you have the magic compass?
That's right, but I've never been. Oh, I've never been there before. Can you describe it really quickly?
Well, you need to be there. You
I
just
don't think
need to-
I was there.
I thought it's just a case of going where you want something, right?
To the bounty place where we took the job to. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't work. I'm not giving it to you.
First of all, you have to. Second of all, why would I wonder if it doesn't work? What do you mean it doesn't work?
Because I've never been there before.
You never said you have to go somewhere. You just said it points to what you want.
But if I can envision it in my brain, that's what I'm thinking. It's like if I envision it in my
So you're
brain
just
even
bad
a
at
little
picturing
bit.
things.
Maybe all of
Like
other
Picture an
things.
apple right now.
She doesn't know what it is.
Did I
Good
do
nights,
it?
do it.
That's exactly what I pictured, and then it happened.
Right.
She doesn't.
Do
She
it-
just knows it's a bounty place. She hasn't seen it.
It's
Do me a
quite
favour.
possible that Avra just has fish pee on the brain, which would explain the reading.
Oh, it's all around us. Yes.
Fish pea girl.
Maybe all of the other
Look, can one of you
spaces
just do me a
soul
favour?
piss.
I'm going to go and sort things out. Can you just quickly drag what's his name, Ferris, down to talk to Flea? I think they need to have a heart-to-heart.
What?
Just trust me, it's important.
About what?
I don't care. It's heartfelt. I wouldn't know.
I mean, it would be nice for them to be friends.
Good
but,
idea. Why don't you just...
But
Just come. Trust me.
I feel like I'm being manipulated somehow.
Yeah, but it's not
It's
a
because it
bad
is
way.
happening, yeah.
Is it? Am I being manipulated?
It was like a bad manipulator.
I can like hear you have a manipulation voice. I feel like now, like the more we get to know you, the more we see when you're like saying
is quite
things in a certain
obvious,
way.
yeah.
I've got to stop being so nice to you idiots. Okay, fine then. Just do me a favour and keep them busy.
We need you to be with us. We need your back.
Anywhere. I'll be right back.
How long?
As long as it takes for you to get them talking to the flea or something that'll keep them busy. Ask them about the progression of history for the last 15 years.
Why don't you ask them?
Because I'm busy.
In all fairness, we don't actually need you. We just need to borrow the bag so we have someone to put the battery. If you're willing to part with it.
But
for a
he
little
is
bit.
very good at sneaking
Why would you
and dealing with the security.
Are you stealing a battery?
Yes.
How did you get the last one?
Stole it.
Yeah.
How did you think we got the last one?
I really thought you were better than that. Anyway, sounds good. Let's do it. And I like the cigarette.
Okay, I'll do that.
Jacques, is there anything you want to just set in place for next session really quickly while everyone else is also setting
I'm
stuff?
going with them.
Yeah.
But is there anything separate? But yeah. So other than battery stuff, no. No. Okay. So you're going. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are going battery hunting.
Yeah.
You're going back to the flat to pick stuff up. You're having an existential crisis.
I thought the conversation I did was gonna be between while everyone's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that we can say that happened.
Yeah,
Okay, sure. Is there anything else you want to set up for the next session, just so that we have a sort of vague idea of where you're going?
Not really.
Okay, and then what were you doing?
That's
That's
a
what we were
good
talking about.
question. That's what we'll find out next session.
You'll make it up.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You just manifest somewhere.
We're going to have a fetch quest, be like, use a plankton, comes from the bounty box.
I did request my painting supplies. I have a
Oh, you were going to go get the
plan
bounty,
with
right?
Yeah, maybe.
You're getting painting supplies, so you coming with me to the apartment.
Yeah, I can come with you.
It's up to you.
I'm happy to take a detour and go bounty with you and give the bag to these guys.
Your voter is going to the
What
apartment.
do you fancy as a player and as a character?
Well, I don't know where I'm going.
That's what I'm saying.
Realistically, I think the goals we have left in this city shouldn't take more than 15 minutes in-game time next session, you would think.
We're gonna fuck up the battery thing so badly.
15
No, you're not.
transports a swarm of your voters is gonna find a way out.
Hooray!
That's that happening and more
Next time.
next time.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z.
What's her name? Fuck, Pharaoh? No. Paya.
It's like Farah. She's in a
That
different
bitch
book
gone.
series.
Paya comes back.
We
and
reckon
she's
Pire's left
for a
the
fist fight
city.
with the voters.
Pies and Salva.
It's your battle to the death, you see.
I got so much lore.
And I
Hey,
tried
Nick.
to warn them.
What games have you been playing recently?
I actually tried a board game called... what was it called? I took a photo. I really enjoyed it, actually. It was cool.
There's photographic evidence and everything.
There is photographic evidence.
You
It
got the
was
receipts?
Fantastic. It was called Floodlands.
Ooh.
Which is a print and play game where you start with a blank map and 3 dice, and you roll your 3 dice, and one of the dice determines how many sides of each hex on the map has water, and the other 2 determine what is in that position. And pretty much you're building out a map of a kingdom that was hit by a bad flood, and you're just sort of mapping out how the land looks now. And you're going every player gets the same dice rolls, but it's up to each player to choose how they use the dice rolls, how they like draw out the sort of island that you're on, and like you get points for having different clusters of things put together, and there's more valuable things you can put together, but the likelihood of that is much lower. And then there's less valuable things you can put together, but the odds are much higher, and it's just whether or not you want to take that gamble to...
Floodlands?
Yeah, Floodlands. I really quite enjoyed it.
It looks really sick for a roll and write
Yeah.
style of game. I'm looking at the board. I'm like, this is really nice.
It sounds like a very familiar game.
Yeah, I've got a picture of my finished map, which I can wave at a camera.
Send it in chat. Anyone subscribe to our
I'll
Patreon will
send
get
it.
exclusive
If you-
access.
if you pass it to me, I can
Anyone subscribe to our
pass
OnlyFans
your
gets
phone
to
to
see
me.
Hamish on the map.
There you go. Wave it at the camera if you
I don't
can.
think Hamish actually heard what you said, which is, makes it even funnier.
We're all good.
Yeah, you sort of like draw out a map as you go of like all the little islands and cities and farmlands and stuff, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, sorry.
More bad. I'm in the way.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us for another session. Make sure to follow us on social media. We are Dice Rev D&D. It's at the bottom of the screen right now. You can also follow us on Twitch and subscribe to our YouTube channel to know exactly when we're streaming. But thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
So long.